After my recent top 10 rarest badges video, a lot of people wanted me to make a video on the top 10 rarest skins in Apex Legends. I thought it would be an interesting idea, so here I am following through with that. Now, the difficult thing here is there's not really a rarity to these items because all of these items are exclusives, which means you could buy them outright from the store. I've discluded the heirlooms because I don't really consider those skins. We're going to be focusing specifically on weapon and legend skins. Out of these 11 items I'm about to show you, 8 of them are considered either to be very rare because they are OG items, like they were in the store very early on, and when people see it, it always catches their attention, or they're just really nice exclusive skins that whenever you put it on your character or you see it in a stream somewhere, people always comment and ask, what is that skin? Where did it come from? And then at the end, we will have 3 skins that are so rare that they never even made it into the game. I don't know why, but they're either in the game files or they've leaked in game on the character select screen, or they've been shown in a trailer. So first we have perhaps the most legendary skin ever. People always talk about this. It is the Airship Assassin skin for Wraith. This skin launched very early in the life of Apex Legends, and it's of course one of the best legendary skins, well, a recolor of it that was released very early on before people realized Wraith was going to be one of the most played legends in the game. Many people just simply didn't buy it because they didn't realize it would be such a valuable skin. Looking back, it's understandable now why people really like it. It's a black and gold recolor of the Void Specialist reskin, which is also a nice skin, but a lot of people kind of don't really like the original color scheme. So yes, this skin, whenever it pops up, people are always talking about it. It's always talked about in Reddit. People are always talking, when is it coming back? Why can't we get this skin? So many people love this skin, so there's no doubt that is probably, in terms of demand, the most wanted skin that is no longer available. Next, we have the Redshift Octane skin. It is a recolor of El Diablo that launched around when Octane was released. It is one of the most colorful recolors and, in my opinion, one of my favorite skins in the game at this point. And whenever I use it, people are always asking me, where did it come from? How can I get it? I feel like in terms of how many people actually want this, it's similar in rarity, if you could call it that, to the Airship Assassin skin. Now, what's really interesting is many people always say how the first few skins in the first few weeks of the game are technically the rarest, but in a way, that's when the player base was the highest. I would assume that the player base was probably the lowest just after Season 1 dropped. Season 1 was the most lackluster season yet. It had hardly any content in it and people weren't happy. So this skin could technically be in the fewest amount of inventories in the game in comparison to all of the skins I'm going to be showing you in this list today, besides the 3 at the end that you literally can't even get. Up next we have the Great Winter skin, which is a really nice white recolor of the Imperial Warrior for Bloodhound. Now, once again, this is one of these OG skins. This one actually dropped in the store alongside the Wraith Airship Assassin skin. I feel like on the new Snow and Lava map, this would actually be really fitting. A lot of people say this is one of the most OG skins, so I've included it on this list. Next up we have Flashpoint, a very colourful recolor of the Vengeance Seeker skin. A lot of people always make jokes about the Bold Wraith skin, saying it looks really bad, they don't like the default one, but when this skin dropped, so many people picked it up. I saw it absolutely everywhere. There's no denying people like Flashpoint. They like these colorful recolors. It's kind of probably one of the most colorful recolors we've seen. I didn't pick it up. I was tempted to, but I was kind of on the fence about it. I usually don't buy recolors unless I already have the original for it. In this case, unfortunately, I didn't. What do you think about this skin? It's kind of caused a big divide. A lot of people love it. A lot of people hate it. Honestly, not very rare when you consider how many people probably bought it, but it's one of the most demanded skins. Next we have the Bangalore Outland Warrior skin, which dropped during the World Hunt event in Season 1. Now, I'd say this was probably where the player base was at its lowest, and this is one of the only Bangalore legendary skins that actually looks pretty decent in my opinion. People have been talking about it on Reddit recently, saying they really want it to come back. and considering how much it cost at the time, a lot of people probably passed up on it. I don't actually see this skin in the game very often. I've probably only seen about 3 people with it, which may mean that in fact not only is it one of the coolest Bangalore skins, but it may actually be pretty rare in terms of how many people actually have it right now. Up next we have 2 skins that appeared in the store very early. It's the Fast Track Devotion skin and the Total Eclipse Prowler skin. Now both of these aren't really that fancy. Fast Track's nice, but people in forums and on Reddit always say these are technically the 2 rarest skins because they were amongst the first to be put into the store. Now there were some before these skins, but they did actually repeat just before Octane launched. There was a time period where people thought that Octane was going to be released and then Respawn pushed it back, and during this time they actually re-released some exclusives. So those exclusives included some of the other early skins, but it didn't include these 2. Up next we have the Valentine's Longbow skin. Now this looked like a really shoddy recolor and so many people complained it was a terrible cash grab. A lot of people didn't buy it. A lot of people thought it was bad, but now looking back, I actually saw the skin in game a couple days ago and I thought, wow, I actually kind of like it. Kind of wish I picked it up. It's just a bright pink skin, very basic, sure, but now many people will be wondering where that skin came from. Question is, will this drop again on Valentine's Day in 2020, or will they release some new skins? I guess only time will tell. So next we are going to be looking at 3 skins that aren't even in the game. These 3 skins are constantly talked about and I'm always asked, where are they? Why aren't they in the game? What happened? So the first one is this Mirage Bomber Jacket skin. Now I managed to render it thanks to a viewer called Llama Boy. They taught me a few things about rendering in Blender. This is what it looks like. You've probably seen it in the game, this kind of rugged bomber jacket style, but on the back it's got this really nice design and I have not seen it in game. Nobody has bought it. It was never put in the store, but sometimes it pops up and people are always like, what is this skin? Where did it come from? Honestly, I don't know what happened. They obviously took the time to develop this skin. They put it in the game files, but yet they never released it in the store. Was this a mistake, or was there some kind of thing going on that stopped them from releasing it? I don't know. And then we have this Lifeline Winter skin. Now, this is a recolor of another Lifeline skin that many people say is really OG or rare. That's the Lifeline Bling skin. That's technically another one we could include in this list. But this particular one was shown in the first trailer for Apex Legends when it first launched, but it was never put in the game. So here we have a very shoddy render of it on the screen now. As you can see, it's pretty nice. It's very fitting for the World's Edge map, which is really interesting because there was a concept art for what looked like World's Edge very early on in development. Now it's a loading screen, and this skin still has yet to see the light. Finally, we have this Mastiff Skull skin. This has been hiding in the game files for a long time. Now, with the recent Halloween event, we've actually seen this particular model being used for the boomstick. However, the very original texture file for this particular Mastiff model still doesn't exist, and we don't know if it'll ever make it into the game. Either way, I'm really happy to see this particular Mastiff model at least put into the game because it's, in my opinion, a really beautiful shotgun skin, and the other Mastiff legendary design is really simple and I'm not really a fan of it. So that rounds up all of the rarest skins, total of 11, I guess 12 if you consider the Lifeline Bling skin. Now I just have one question for you if you've watched this far. Which of these skins do you think is the rarest, and do you have any skins that you would rank rarer than these? Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in the comments, and if not, maybe I'll see you on my stream at twitch.tv/thegamingmerchant. Alright, cheerio!